Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
All right, Gervonta Tank Davis, is he ducking the Issac Cruz rematch? A lot of people said last night he was ducking the rematch because they put him on the screen and Cruz called him out after he got his victory over whoever that was. Cruz called him out and Tank Davis was shaking his head no. And people said, well, it looked like Tank Davis is ducking the Issac Cruz rematch. Now, what I believe is him and Ryan Garcia fight. Now, Oscar De La Hoya going around saying that Gervonta Davis, people still ain't reached out to him on Twitter, and I heard that's just cap. I heard Ryan and Tank is in the works. Don't mean it's gonna get done. And all I know is if Tank don't fight Ryan, he supposed to fight Issac Cruz in a rematch. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So I ain't look at it like that. Maybe because I know what's going on behind the scenes, but I mean, he fought Cruz. A lot of people said it was debatable. I thought Tank won. Could they do it again? I mean, I guess. I don't really see the point of doing it again, honestly. It was a total close competitive fight, but the numbers don't add up for them to do it on pay-per-view again. Now, if they do it on regular free TV, then yeah, that make a lot of sense. It makes a tremendous amount of sense. But doing it again on pay-per-view, you know, I don't really get it from that aspect, but I still think Tank did enough to win. Cruz looked physically good last night. Cruz is the classic Mexican slugger with some good athleticism. So, I mean, Cruz is a really good fighter, man. And just talking about that matchup, yeah, I really wouldn't mind it. But asking us to pay $80 for that, man, you know, it was a good fight, but that's crazy. But, I mean, I don't think he's ducking Cruz. I just think it's something else in the works. You know, he said, yeah, bring it on, and then you turn around and fight somebody else in December, and people going to really be saying, well, Tank ducked. And that's really going to be the narrative. So, I mean, if Al Heyman put him in there with Cruz, say you're going to fight Cruz, he ain't got no choice. Al Heyman trumped Floyd Mayweather too. But, I mean, like I said before, we want to see him in them star-studded fights like Devin Haney, you know, Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Them the caliber fights that we want to see him in. All right, we don't want to continue to see him in there with, you know, the Issac Cruzes. Now, it'd be sweet if Issac Cruz go in there and beat a Ryan Garcia, or he go in there and beat a Lomachenko or Devin Haney. And he also said he would fight Devin Haney too. So that'd be sweet if he go in there and fight one of those guys and then come back and fight Tank. You know, he said that he down to fight Devin Haney too. And for Devin Haney, that's a dangerous fight too. Tank got a lot of power and he had an issue keeping Cruz off of him, but I also think that had to do with Tank ain't used to fighting dudes shorter than him. You know, kind of like Sean Porter is used to fighting guys taller than him. And that's when he performs at his best against taller opponents. His father said that style was put together by himself because Sean was so short and he had to fight taller opponents. And Sean, if you ever pay attention, Sean Porter get way better leverage when he punching against taller opponents. All right? He got a lot better leverage. And I think Tank Davis is not used to fighting somebody eye level or just slightly shorter than him. And Cruz being able, and Cruz also get lower than Tank too. So I mean, he ain't used to fighting with that at that advantage, being a taller guy. So, you know, Cruz getting up under him, you know, gonna be a problem for Haney as well. You know, it's gonna, you know, Cruz is quite athletic, bro. So I ain't really looking at it as a duck, but you know, if he go out there and, you know, we know if Tank fight Ryan, we know what's gonna happen now. Issac Cruz can go in there and fight Haney, or I mean, even if Camboso lose or something like that, and they can come back and fight each other perhaps for a belt or just, off the clock, then yeah. That make a lot of sense. A tremendous amount of sense. So I'm for that. But them going to get, I mean, it could be worse fights. That probably way more competitive than a Rolly. I mean, maybe Cruz will go in there and beat up Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Rolly get a win under his belt, go around and beat up Rolly. Why not? Why not? So, that's just my opinion on things. But, Cruz versus Haney, that's a good fight. That's a real tough fight for Haney. His boxing, he ain't going to be able to just do what he did versus Camboso because Cruz going to take chances. That's the difference. Cruz going to get low, slip some shit, and come over the top with some shit. So, that's still a formidable opponent, but a more than formidable opponent. But you ask yourself, what else Haney, what else Haney got to prove at 35 if he do get in there and fight Lomachenko? Great question. What else more do he got to prove? At the 35-pound limit. Only he know how much he killing himself to make that weight. But a lot of 154-pounders, they stay there a lifetime. Tony Harrison, he really said not so long ago, he ain't really looking to move up in weight. Charlo ain't really moved up in weight. When they was young in their career, like teenagers, early 20s, they was at 47 for a minute. But that's non-televised shit, So, when you keep looking at it, a lot of 54-pounders really ain't moved up and done much. Trout still flirting around there. Lara had to, drag Lara up to 160. So a lot of them dudes ain't really never moved up or done anything different. But the difference is, there really no difference. A lot of them was young, starting off at 154 pounds. So, Lonnie Haney, no, you don't want to make the mistake Lopez did with staying there too late. And then also you want to make a mistake that Eubank saying that I want to see if I can make the weight on my own. That don't make no sense. In the life or death situation, you can't be cheap. There's certain things that you shouldn't be cheap in life with, and I gotta practice what I'm preaching here sometimes. Your nutrition is one of them. When you're younger, you can get away with it, but your nutrition is something that, you can't be cheap with. Your health is something that you can't be cheap with. Your bed is something that you can't be cheap with. You know what I'm saying? So, just certain things you ain't looking to be cheap with. That you ain't looking to replace every 3 to 4 or 5 years. Refrigerators. You know what I'm saying? Cars a dime a dozen. They all built the same. You just trying to get to point A, point B, point C. That's all it is. So that's kind of a little bit below the list depending on how much you use your car. You know what I'm saying? So, with certain things you can't be cheap with. The essential shit. So if you need, at the end of the day, if you need a nutritionist, use them. If even when you move up in weight. Remember Bernard jumped up to 75 pounds to beat Antonio Tarver. They had like a little pre-show about him and Mackie Shieldstone. I hope I said his name right. Who helped him move up in weight? Do that. I know he's working with snack and all that type of stick, that type of stuff. But whatever the best option is, it is. And as he move up in weight, he ain't gonna be able to move as much. You're gonna have to hold your ground. So Issac Cruz is a dangerous opponent. I think he's far more dangerous for, Haney than is Tank. And he was dangerous for Tank, just from a style point of view. Devin not gonna just be able to stick and move and clinch. Issac Cruz, he like to get low. He gonna slip. He ain't gonna do that shit with Camboso, just get ate up with the jab. Cruz willing to get hit to to get some. He rather get hit once to get 3 or 4. Get hit twice to get 4 or 5. So him calling out Devin Haney, I'm all for that. That's a good fight. But at the end of the day, what else do Haney got to prove other than fight Lomachenko? Which that's just to prove the naysayers that he can't beat Lomachenko wrong. And at the end of the day, all they gonna do is move the goalposts. That's all they gonna do is continue to move the goalposts. So that don't make a lot of sense. But then again, maybe it's just for for himself. As people don't understand, sometimes people gotta do things for themselves. A lot of people don't like being alone, but I got to agree with Kevin Gates. Sometimes that's when you have your greatest epiphanies is when you by yourself. That's a lot of these dudes like to jump in and out of relationships with women or juggle women and have, man, sometimes, dog, you got to get yourself together. It ain't just, financially first, but sometimes it just ain't like financially. Sometimes it's just, getting your mental right, enjoying yourself, learning how to be happy again. Everybody want to jump, from punani to punani, but sometimes, man, it's best that you work on yourself. And that go for any type of relationship. Even, co-worker, employee, or a job relationship. Sometimes you need that 2 weeks off, or sometimes you need to step away for a second for your own mental health. That's, hanging out with your homeboy. Sometimes you burning money, bullshitting on Saturday, Friday, Sunday nights. When you could be going into work or you could be doing something else constructive, learning how to stack your money. So you got to understand, sometimes, man, sometimes it's best, take a step back and worry about yourself. But all great fights. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you can support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313. Venmo, CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.